Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone is safe and well. Woodsy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Nike SB Dunk High KCDC. Now, I got these a little while ago. I'm a bit late to do a lot of reviews. Managed to hit on Flat Spot, so big up Flat Spot. The best to get SB Dunks from. Their raffle service is always on point. These are such a cool release, and they obviously symbolise 20 years of a skate shop being open. So before we get into that, let's look at the box. So this is your Nike SB striped box. It states It states Nike SB Dunk High Pro Quick Strike Elemental Pink Black. I get a UK 9, which is US 10 when it comes to the highs. And yeah, let's look at this beautiful shoe. So this is a collaboration with KCDC Skate Shop, which is run by Amy. It was established in 2001, so it was a 20-year anniversary, but it was a year late to release, so it's actually now 21 years that they've been open, I think. Obviously, give and take the month, I don't know what month they actually opened. Really cool that it's a female run skate shop, and it's also really cool the fact that it's lasted 20 years, because when it comes to skate shops, longevity is sometimes a problem. The design itself, well, it's bright, isn't it? It's pink, it's really cool. The only downside, I would say, there is a few downsides on this, which I hate saying, but I was a bit sort of almost, it ruined it by seeing the sample pairs, because the sample pairs were really gnarly, so I swore that. They had like a pink midsole, and then they had like almost like turquoise piping around, and then on the text, and I just thought that was such an added pop and just made it really stand out. These are almost more of a more toned down, easy to wear pair, which is cool as well. But seeing samples, sometimes it can just sort of like, you just really want the sample pair. The materials used are really nice, but I'm going to say one more downside, or sorry, two more downsides to this shoe before I start going into the positives. When it's a sort of like leather or faux leather on the sock liner, even though it gives it that sort of premium feel, I never know how I feel about it actually like on feet. I actually almost prefer that sort of nylon, just because again with the highs I get really hot, and when it is this sort of material it's just absolutely boiling, but it does have that really nice premium feel because of it. Also, you've got nice touches on the inside panel, on both the left and right. You have this little stitched in logo, so it's really cool with the details. But yeah, I just don't know how I feel with that material on the sock liner. And the other thing was, it's really nice that you've got obviously spare laces, and on the spare laces they have metal tips, but those metal tips do not fit through the eyelets on the actual like wing part of the cuff, which is a little sort of downside, but you can just put it through the normal lace holes underneath. So it was a little thing that popped up obviously when these came out, and I thought I'd mention it. But to the actual details of the shoe itself, right, so starting off with the bottom, it's almost like a semi-translucent pinky sort of gummy sort of colouring, and I really like that. You've got that pink Nike SB shield, nice and bold on there, and then you have the black midsole. Now, even though I said I did like the bright pink that they had on the sample pair, black midsoles I always really dig, and I really like the contrasting pink stitching on that. Going on to the upper materials, you've actually got a really nice feeling suede on this. On some of the panels from the left and right shoe, the hair is almost like longer and then shorter, so there is a bit of a variant of the actual textures on the suede pieces, but they're actually, it feels really nice. I feel like this definitely has a nice premium feel to it. You have like almost like a very soft nubuck material on that toe box behind the swooshes on those panels, and all the way throughout the tongue, and also at the top of the cuff. It's got a really nice feel to it, as I said, and it has almost like that sort of movement of different coloration when you sort of like give it a cheeky little stroke. And then you have a very thick swoosh because it's double layered. You've got that suede behind, and then you've got this leather top, and I really like that bulky swoosh. Big old extended pull tab, and it's really cool because it's got Brooklyn, NYC, and then it says established in 2001, just to really state again when they was established. It's got the KCDC logo, which is, I think, is really cool as well. On the front of the tongue tag, it's got Nike SB KCDC 2001, and then inside they have a little sort of thing written down, which I will read, and then under the flap it says Brooklyn, NYC, estimated at 2001 again. But let's read their little statement. So it says, unity makes strength. Unity makes strength took on a whole new meaning for the NYC skate scene the day KCDC opened its doors in 2001. KCDC's community-driven approach helped to unify Brooklyn's scene for nearly 2 decades. We have remained a cornerstone of Brooklyn. KCDC's goals are to support and cultivate a place where everyone can come together and share the love of skateboarding, which is a lovely statement to say. The only thing I would say with that is it's quite hard to read on the back of that tag, but it is again really cool that they've got that statement and they've put what they want to say basically on that tag. The backing of that tongue is again that sort of leather or faux leather, has a nice feel to it, but I'm just never too sure again how I feel about the leather in the sock liner area. Altogether, it's a really nice lot of materials on this, and I do really like the build on it. Stock laces are almost like a waxy sort of flat lace. I know people love the oval laces, but I do think it's really nice to have a flat lace, and I feel like these are more fit for purpose of actually skating them. They should be a lot more durable, and you think with the oval laces, if you have like a little bit of sharp nail or dry skin and you're unlacing your shoe, it can end up fraying them laces. They're little precious, aren't they? The little precious laces that are very delicate and they rip really easy. Spare laces, you've got these really bold green flat laces. They came on this sort of like little metal loop, which is a nice touch as well, and then they're wrapped around with this little sleeve that's got their sort of like designs. Now, because I wasn't too familiar with KCDC, I don't know whether these designs were sort of like characters they had previously or whether they've just been sort of designed to go with this release, but it's like a little character with devil horns holding up the Nike swoosh, and it says KCDC 20 years. It's got that little smiley face that's also stitched into the sock liner. The spare laces that have the metal tips that don't fit through the cuff are sort of black and pink rope laces, and I think they're really cool looking as well. And again, it has that design on that sort of sleeve around. Really nice touches to give it almost like that premium feel again. And then you have really cool sort of little designs as well on the insole. So the left insole is pink, the right insole is green. And the pink one, you've got that character holding up that swoosh with the KCDC, and then on the right you've got 20 years, this little anchor, and then Nike SB. All round, I really like these. I haven't had a chance to properly sort of like put them on, do the lace swaps. I've just been looking at them in hand, and the materials. Okay, like I was saying before, my camera shut off because of lack of memory. The actual material, the quality of the materials are actually really nice, and I think it is a really well constructed collaboration. It's amazing that this is to celebrate the 20-year anniversary of KCDC. Amy has done so well to have a skate shop have such a steady running business for 20 years is obviously very commendable, and they are an absolutely beautiful pair. So congratulations, Amy. This is a fantastic release, and it was just a shame I wasn't able to get any of your merchandise that went with it. KCDC's shop released t-shirts and I think socks that had little characters with a Nike swoosh, and I tried to order them online, but unfortunately they didn't ship to the UK. They also did these like miniature versions of the shoe as key rings, and it came in a little striped Nike SB box. Again, it was really cool. Would have been fantastic to put with the collection, but again, I wasn't able to ship it to the UK. Did contact them, and they contacted me back a few weeks later and they were going to give me a quote, but obviously very busy, because busy time. They've managed to get a Nike SB collaboration, so fair play to them for not being able to get back to me a second time. But yeah, again, congratulations, and yeah, tell me what you think of this shoe. I know it's a bit late on the review, but yeah, let's go to the on feet. Just a quick note, don't put these in unless you want them to stay in, or you're going to skate them out until they rip, because these were hard enough to get in, just the normal suede parts, and to get them out is impossible. I'm glad I only done one, so when you see the on feet, it's just going to be one. Took about 10 minutes to get them out. The green laces go hard. Anyway, let's go to the on feet. It's Woody.